What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Game Week 13 podcast. I'm joined by my co-host now because Ayon is a regular as well. But Ayon and Karan, how are you all doing? Both of you, how are you doing? Let's start with Karan, maybe.
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, doing great.
Good.
Good to be back on.
Right up,
Yeah.
Ayon.
I mean, I'm doing as well as probably a Liverpool fan could be doing at this point in time. Like,
Oh, okay,
I think
yeah.
it's like you guys are kind of like used to losing, and like I'm not. And like it's
Yeah.
kind of hard. It's a little bit hard, but you know, we'll touch on why I'm a little bit optimistic a little bit later.
Fair enough. It feels like your audio just dropped. Like,
Oh, did it?
like as in like from where you were talking before, in terms of what it's been
Okay.
picked up from.
Of course.
I don't know if it's been picked up from your headphone or with it.
I think Ayon just comes on this podcast to make himself feel better about Liverpool's form. I gotta say, thank you.
Usually when I get Ayon on the pod, I'll be the first one to take a jab at Liverpool. But this time
Yeah.
we performed even worse than they did. So I couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
No, I think we're definitely the crisis club. Of the two of us still. That probably speaks about like the malaise that you guys have been in for the last 10 years or so. So
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. Let's get right into it. By the way, do you disagree that if Man United and Liverpool are having the same amount of crisis, the media covers Man United way worse?
So yeah, yes and no. I think obviously we're given a little bit of grace because obviously we won the league last year. So like that's where it's at the moment. But like, and I think it's just been going on for so long with Man United, like that. It just seems like it's always like them. Like obviously like the classic kind of like analysis is it's Manchester United. Like we kind of keep going like this, and like, obviously you're such prominent figures like Gary Neville and all these men like in the media as well, who are also not kind of like holding back their punches too. So yeah, to be honest, I feel Liverpool does get a little bit of grace with like a lot of bad performances and stuff. Obviously, like I don't really see it that way. I to be honest, I think we should get slated more. But I obviously see that from fans rather than like the traditional media.
I think it's more to do with the fact that there's a lot more United pundits who are way too critical of the current team compared to the Liverpool pundits who are a bit more supportive of the team, I would say.
Yeah, I mean Carragher's really supportive.
Yeah.
I mean, but then on the United side, you've got like Roy Keane, obviously, who's just like super scathing. He's always like angry.
Yeah.
And Neville, obviously.
I think the problem is that they were used to a certain standard that now when they still compare the current era to what they expect, and it's like the standards are just on the floor right now. So
absolutely,
they find it very hard to be praiseworthy when there's nothing really positive to say. Hence the
I mean, so Alex wouldn't be happy with this.
No, he wouldn't.
Like that's all always comes back. Yeah, exactly.
I agree with all that, but I do genuinely believe it for the media it pays to hate on Man United.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it drives clicks
Like,
because like
and
they
I
were
think-
so
and more
dominant
than
in the
every color.
90s. Yeah, they were so dominant in the 90s and the noughties, right? Like, so it's like everybody that wasn't a fan of Manchester United was like preying on their downfall. So then as soon as you kind of promote that now, everyone's gonna be like, yes, give me some more of that. I need to feast. I've been starving for 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
I sort of wonder if that'd be like City, like kids who grew up City fans in the last 10 years.
I just don't think that there's enough care factor about City, as in like, because like, they kind of came in late, bought their way to the league or whatever. And like, they're just like realistically, are there any loud City fans? Like
Mika
the only
Richards.
City fans. Sorry?
Mika Richards, who is a
inside
Arsenal fan.
Yeah, exactly.
But this guy is the Oasis guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Noel Gallagher. Exactly.
He's like the only guy.
But it's not like he's like peripheral, right? But like Micah Richards is like front and center. But he's like so lovable.
Yeah.
Like he's like a little puppy. Like
is he even a City fan? He just played for City, right?
But I think like he's always brought on when like there's like big City games or whatever. Like he's always like the voice of the City fan. But yeah, to Ryan's point, I think he is a secret Arsenal.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of because like if you the best example would be how Paul Pogba was treated compared to how Florian Wirtz is treated right now. Both came for
That's also a racist thing, to be
yeah,
fair.
that has a significant part.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more
Yeah.
racism than
To
anything
be
else.
fair, they were just being racist. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were just genuinely just being
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
Well, like the Graham, because Graham students would just like never like just give him
Yeah.
any praise. So there was a game where Pogba got four assists in
yeah.
one
We
game.
expect that of 100 million man.
Yeah, which is wild, and like
Right.
which is that equates to 152 assists a season. That's Ryan Giggs' entire career in 1 year, and you're like, yeah, what he should be doing. A madness.
But yeah, anyways, so all of this discussion is not obviously a distraction because it leads to a point that we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be talking about a few tactical decisions with regards to how Liverpool are performing, how United are performing, and also how Spurs have been performing because they've been pretty poor, even though FPL wise, you would say probably sell Spurs players. FPL wise, however, a lot of United attack and Liverpool players are in high demand because of the fixtures mainly, more than the form. So that's why we're going to be talking about those teams, and we'll talk about obviously the rest of the fixtures as well. But first, fights in football. Ayon, in your coaching career, have you had any player in the same team fighting? I've played for school, but I've never had like fights within our team. I mean, we've had arguments of like during training sessions and everything, but nothing like on a game. Hasn't been a fight. But where do you stand on this?
No, look, as in like, so look, I've never coached anywhere near the level where, you know, the pressure is at such a high, you know, high stakes kind of like situation. So I can't speak to that level, but I've actually never been in a situation where there's been a fight amongst my team and an opposing team, let alone my team on itself. And maybe that's just, you know, a reflection on me and how much I, you know, foster harmony within my team, which is obviously a really, really good thing. And I can't really imagine how I would react if one of my players just like slapped one of the other guys. I'd just probably just be in shock. I'd be like, what the hell is going on? But obviously, like, with the Idrissa Gueye, like there has to be something behind the scenes. Like it was one misplaced pass, like 10 minutes into the game. Like it couldn't have been something where it's just like, you know, like, you always do this. Like, why are you always doing this kind of thing? Like,
he's Michael Keane. He does always do it. He literally gives the ball away 24/7.
Yeah, okay, sure, but like it was Idrissa Gueye who gave the ball away, right? Because he was it was just like a expectant ball, like it was a pass into space in his own box, which is obviously a really dangerous thing.
But then Gueye gets so annoyed at him for how annoyed he got at him.
Right.
For that misplaced pass. He was like, yeah, whatever, man, just let it go.
Yeah.
And then Michael Keane was getting mad at him and then he just slaps him.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy, yeah.
Didn't know the full context. It was really hard to see the slap on first contact as well until you see that angle from behind the goal. Got him very solidly with the left hand. So, I mean, full respect. To be fair, like, yeah, I think we were chatting about this previously on the chat. Like, why did Manchester United get a man advantage as a result of that? Like, that just seems like a over kind of punishment. Like, it's too big. Punishment doesn't really fit the ground. He should get to slap a Manchester United like player on the way out of the field. Like, you already got sent off. You may as well get your money's worth, you know?
To be fair, I think it made it worse for United than it made it better for United.
Yeah, it made the game really close down, and United don't really have the tactics to break down a really close down game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it goes against, as you were saying, like everything that Amorim kind of wants, which is like, let's, you know, bait the team forward and invite the press to open up the space behind. But like as soon as the team go down to 10, they're just gonna.
Yeah, they're essentially. I thought about this a fair bit, and I think they're essentially like a worse Bournemouth. Because that's what Bournemouth wants to do. They want to turn every game into like basketball.
Although I will say, Bournemouth throw the kitchen sink. Literally throw the kitchen sink at every opportunity to try and get a win or a point.
Yeah, that's why I think they're worse Bournemouth, because I think Bournemouth commits to that 100%.
Yeah.
Whereas United do that with the long ball sometimes.
Yeah, but
like against Liverpool, they were. Yeah, but they don't commit as many players.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah,
they still keep the back five. Sometimes 4 of them are back and 1 wing back's up.
Yeah,
but, you know, whereas Bournemouth, there's like 2 people back max.
Yeah, like even the last game Bournemouth played. What is it against? Who did they play this week? West Ham.
West Ham.
Yeah,
they went 2-0 down.
Yeah, that was also throw the kitchen sink literally.
Yeah. That's how they play.
Yeah. But yeah, football
That,
fights.
that game with Palace, that 3-3 game,
Oh yeah, that was
that was
bad.
crazy.
yeah.
Like, who goes to Palace and just completely turns the game into basketball like that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That literally that is Bournemouth, and why I, as a double Bournemouth defense owner, I'm very frustrated.
A real double defense.
Yeah, you told me to go Petrovic in goal on the wildcard.
Oh yeah, shit, I did. I mean, they have incredible underlying stats.
Yeah, well, it hasn't turned into points.
They have the least XG conceded in home games this season,
Hasn't
and
turned
also
into
the
points.
most XG created in away games or something.
Yeah, and they're horrible away
That's some
from home.
crazy like dual-sided stat.
But like, yeah, should it have been a red card? Probably not. But I guess rules are rules.
No, that's the rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's violent conduct, right?
Yeah.
It's just not really specified who that violent conduct is towards, and it's obviously very rarely that it would be against your own players.
Yeah.
But like strike to the face is the precedent is there. Like it's just always.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So let's get into the United match. Joseph is like Liverpool and United are always trying to match each other's records. So United must now at least match our 30 years of not winning the Prem. Oh my days.
How long has it been? I mean, it's 2013. So it's, what?
We're getting
almost
there.
halfway there.
Halfway there.
Almost halfway there. Yeah.
Before that, Arsenal might. I don't know. We'll see. They're closer to that. All right. So this is the ticker that we've got from our good friend Pete, FPL Sided. We're obviously in the middle of 12 and 13 in terms of European games. City, Chelsea, and Newcastle have all played their European fixtures, where Chelsea were the only successful team in the morning today. Obviously, Newcastle a defeat against Marseille, and Pep went and rotated significantly. That he then said he came out and said, "I picked the wrong team because they lost to Leverkusen 2-0."
Yeah.
Imagine hearing that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he made halftime changes. I think he made 5 subs at halftime.
Foden came on, Haaland came on.
Yeah.
I was so surprised when I saw that lineup. I was like, does he think this is the League Cup? Like, did he confuse competitions or something? Like,
he made all 5 changes except for Haaland and Cherky. 3 changes were made at halftime.
Right.
So yeah.
Odd. I mean, they still had the majority of the shots, though. I think, right? Like they
had like some 2 point something XG. To like Leverkusen's like 0 point something. Yeah. But yeah, so this is where the fixtures are. We'll obviously get to this when we talk about like some of the other teams and the fixtures they have. But we obviously touched on United, so let's continue on that in terms of I've got a passing network, a map of United's current problems versus Everton's obviously very low block, which was kind of expected. This is up till the 50th minute. And Everton's is from the 13th to the 85th minute, because that's where like the red card happens and until like the first sub basically happens. The biggest thing that I found from United's one was the fact that Xerxes is the number 11 and he's supposed to be the striker. And there are like effectively 4 players ahead of him.
I don't think it's crazy that Xerxes is that deep, because that's how he just always plays. I think the main difference here was he played Mazraoui as the right wing back instead of Ahmad. I don't know why he keeps changing. There's like, I thought there was a good thing going with like Ahmad at right wing back and going more ahead. I
don't know why he like, this is now the 2nd game in a row. We mentioned this for the Spurs on the watch along as well. We were saying it's not a really good situation to play like that option.
And then remember that game? Yeah, the Spurs game. He was doing Buemo as a left.
Yeah,
as a left second striker or something, and then he tried Ahmad in that role, and it wasn't good.
Yeah,
like these players, they want the inside foot as a strong foot.
And like, I don't understand why, like, he breaks that partnership up to put them in.
I think I know what he's trying to solve. He's putting the left-footed player on the left side of the pitch, because the current player who gets in, Dogu, has no like final ball quality.
True. Right. The only problem with that was, now this is another interesting stat as well that I found. But before that, like, the fact that he took off Dogu and then bought on Dalot, who has to cut back in to be able to cross instead of doing that first time cross. And on top of that, I saw a tweet on X where someone had looked at the games that United played where Sesko was starting compared to when Sesko is not starting.
Yeah.
We tend to, for some reason, cross more when Sesko is not playing than when he's playing. Which just sounds crazy because you have this extremely tall striker and you don't cross to him.
But Sesko, they use him for his hold-up play on the ground a lot.
Yeah,
And
true.
also there'll be many aerial balls that he gets that aren't crosses. Like that are
Yes.
coming from.
Like flick-ons, right?
Yeah.
And because that then helps the build-up, you have to cross less. That's my guess.
Yeah, but like
And then the crosses you make would only be the obvious ones.
true. But then the thing is, when you have, like, I felt like this game, it made no sense. I felt sometimes they were a bit too direct in terms of, like, they were not patient enough to find like 1-2s and everything. Whereas you're just crossing the ball into the box to a striker who is not used to like playing like that tall striker where you just cross and hope that he hits it in. And you also, the rest of your team are basically midgets, let's be honest. And you're basically crossing it into the team that has one of the best defenders in terms of Tarkowski, in terms of clearing a ball. And then you have Michael Keane also, who is really tall, and O'Brien as well, who is really tall. You're basically crossing it into the land of the giants and expecting your midgets to win headers. Doesn't make sense.
But I don't even think that's the plan. I think that's because the main plan isn't working.
Yeah, that's the thing. So this is where the problem lies with, like, I feel like this is where Ruben Amorim is too somewhat stubborn to adapt, to change. Because, like,
I mean, I'd have to agree. Like the only way he'll be successful is by making his system work,
which is with the current team kind of impossible, or not even maybe somewhat he can execute it, but it not to a good extent.
Yeah,
I think he would rather get as much as he can from this and then buy new players. So
yeah, probably, assuming you can attract those new players. To do that, you have to end up in Champions League spots, which at this present moment doesn't seem like it's possible, I would say.
I still think we can make top 6. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, top 5 should get.
Top 5 should probably get UCL.
Champions League, yeah, exactly.
Top
Well,
6
it's
really... No. Oh no.
No, it's top 5. Only top 5. And yeah, you guys don't have European competition to try and kind of like stick in that way. Going back to the crosses thing, I just think it's really funny. Like the ghost of David Moyes' 82 crosses against Fulham. Opposite side. Is this the first game that he's won against a top 6 team?
Or
something
David
like that?
Moyes? I don't know. But
I think so. There was like a crazy stat where he just never had beaten a Big 6 team like in his entire managerial career. So this might have been the first. It's definitely his first win at Old Trafford.
Yes.
As an opposing manager, obviously not as the gaffer.
But like this is where I don't know now. Obviously, a lot of people for FPL perspectives, they went and bought like some have at least one United attacker or double United attack, and you look at the upcoming fixtures, and what Ayon said at the start, like like Amorim likes to play where he baits everyone to the press and then we like transition fast if possible. But when you look at the teams, Everton obviously gone. Crystal Palace could probably play like that. That'll be a very interesting game because it's two teams that play a back three but slightly different implementations from both teams. But then you have West Ham, Wolves, who are not going to be playing like that. And then you lose Ahmad, Mazraoui, Mbeumo, some of the best players you had in your team for AFCON, which after that you play Bournemouth, Aston Villa, and Newcastle just after that, which is going to be.
I think for FPL, like I think having a Man United attacker other than Bruno is overrated, and I think it's overrated while Sesko is out in particular because I think our attack is just not balanced without Sesko. But I think having a Man United defender is underrated. Probably like even in the Everton game, like they
had only one shot on target in the Everton game.
Yeah, but like De Ligt is good. Like he almost scored. He almost scores most games these days,
The
and he's always good on the death count.
the only thing I would say to that is I don't trust our defense at the moment. Like,
I mean, if you got them for West Ham at home, Wolves away, I think it's fine.
maybe, but still, it's
I
like
mean, there was an interesting statistics as well. Like, I think you guys have conceded the least first half goals, but the most second half goals,
yeah,
and that
that's the
directly
Casemiro
correlates
effect.
to your Casemiro, Casemiro for Ugarte substitution.
Casemiro, I mean, I'm not talking about this game, but Casemiro has been incredible.
I agree with that. Yeah, and that's where like
It's a shame you can't play 90 minutes.
yeah, I mean he can. He played for Brazil. I don't know why he gets subbed out in the Premier League, but like yeah,
It's not as intense. I don't
no,
think.
true. I agree with that. But like he's like the dropping quality is insane.
I think he could play 90.
In the Premier League as well. My headset dropped. So anyways. So yeah, that's United. Anything else to add on that? All right. Hold on. Trying to fix my headset. But while we do that, should we go to Spurs or Liverpool? All right. So this is Spurs versus Arsenal. But now, obviously, we saw Thomas Frank play a new system in terms of like formation. He went like with a back three, back five, more tried and tested, like a Brentford type formation. But it felt like they got carved open more, or it's just more. Do you think Arsenal's like clinical finishing? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Spurs, not great.
Can you hear me? Hello? Are we back?
All right, we're back. Ayon, you wanted to repeat again.
No,
Sorry.
yeah. I'll just go through it again. Yeah, I just thought it was an odd choice to kind of like change the system in such a. I mean, like, of course, it's a big game, and you notoriously this game is like the most entertaining game of the year, regardless of where either team is in like league or performance or stats wise or whatever. But yeah, they just kind of just like clearly played for the draw, which I thought was just so soft. Lead up to the first goal, Van de Ven was just kind of like just caught out of position as like they were playing the back five, and then he jumped into midfield to try and put a little bit of pressure on the ball, and they just easily played the ball around him, and then just like created that kind of space for Eze. We thought, obviously, is that the first hat trick in his career? I would assume it would be, at least in the Premier League. Like that's what a stage to kind of do it at as well, and obviously, fuels the narrative because he was obviously supposed to go to Spurs first, and now he chose Arsenal, and then like to kind of be the point of difference between the two kind of like heated rivals in such a kind of big game is a big point. But yeah, Karan, you've mentioned this in the past as well. Like we don't really think that Thomas Frank is equipped at managing a kind of quote unquote big team, because like there's expectation that comes with that. Like if you're Brentford and you come to Arsenal to try and play for the draw, then that's probably fine. But as a Spurs manager, you just can't do that. You've got to be more aggressive, and they just clearly weren't. Like again, like 0 XG in the first half is pitiful.
Yeah, I mean, I think Thomas Frank's so highly rated for his time at Brentford. Maybe that was because of how well the club is run.
Yeah.
Not and just the because now they're doing about the same. Like they seem to be doing about as well under
Keith Andrews.
Keith Andrews, yeah, the who was the set piece coach. So I don't know. Maybe he's Thomas Frank is on fraud watch. Might be another Graham Potter who like he could be another Graham Potter where he just looks better than he is because of how well run the club he is part of.
That's a really good comparison.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because Spurs fans are sometimes calling for like his head as well at times in terms of like because of the way they're playing, and this is obviously a comparison. Now this is probably I don't know how to. You can see a complete difference in terms of play from Ange last season to Frank this season, where defense is a bit more. You could say a bit more higher. Obviously, under Ange it was non-existent. But now under Frank, attack is non-existent. You would say they probably have better attackers though, potentially. Although that attack has been a bit unavailable this season because of injuries. Most of the attack, at least.
Mm-hmm. No, I think they've got plenty of options. It's just the utilization just clearly isn't there yet. I mean, Kolo Muani's barely played.
Yeah, him, Javi Simmons, they haven't really got going. They've got better players in attack now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they have an attacker that has like a like lethal decision making. Like that, they don't seem to have. They have like a bunch of guys that can all do stuff, but like I think they're really imagine like a fully fit James Maddison. I think completely transformed this team, and I think the tactics that Thomas Frank was playing by the end of last year with Brentford was very very much. Like 6 people back, and then Dam's got in a free roll, like just moving around. So I'm 100% sure that if he could have, he would have done that with Maddison, because I think that actually suits Maddison, and then he got injured. So I think a big part of it is like not having a central number 10 to flow through, because that's how he seems to want to play.
Right, but wasn't Simmons signed to be that guy?
I don't think Simmons is having the same problem Bert is, right? Like the adaptation to the league is not going to be instant.
Right. Yeah, they're not used to the physicality of the league just yet.
Yeah.
And they're both so young as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, because exactly. That's wild.
And so Kudus is playing as a 10 a lot. And he's obviously good, but it hasn't really clicked.
Reddy's saying they are missing Kulusevski as well, which could be a case.
Yeah, so that's another player that could have played that 10 role, right?
Yeah, so we'll have to see. Obviously, when Thomas Frank gets these players back, how Spurs will line up. But at the moment, it's not looking that great as things stand, at least.
Like, how are they so much better at defensive set pieces, but so much worse at attacking set pieces? Like, how does this even make sense?
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that should carry over is set piece stuff, unless you're drastically trying to make a change. Because it's like just keep doing the same thing, lads. Like it should, unless people kind of figure out your system. If it was that simple. But yeah, this is just
like no shit. They're better at defending. All they do is defend. Like
yeah, I don't know how the numbers are like so much more different like compared to, but yeah.
Yeah, and also to be fair, like it didn't really take much for them to be better defending than they were last season, because they were basically just like, hey guys, doing some free goals. Yeah, just handing them out willy-nilly. I mean, losing how many? They lost what? Didn't they lose 22 games? Which is just insane. Like,
yeah, I mean, we'll see how they do when the players come back, but it's at the moment at least not looking too good. But yeah,
to be fair, there's a lot of mediocrity in the league this year. I mean, Arsenal obviously clearly a standout team, above it all. Like City losing on the weekend, Liverpool in the state that they're in right now. Like the Champions League could be, down to 6 or 7 or even 8 teams could be in the Champions League. Sunderland could sneak a Champions League spot if like this kind of like, malaise sticks around.
I mean, the way they're playing, they could even like any European spot they could easily take.
Yeah, I'd love that for them. That'd be so great.
Yeah. All right. Talking about mediocrity. Liverpool.
Mediocrity. I'd take mediocrity right now if I'm honest with you. Yeah, this is just so damning. Like I'm not particularly sure how these things are kind of crafted. But yeah, like it just seems a little bit. I'm actually a little bit surprised to be fair, like that the defensive set pieces numbers are actually so high because like every time we concede a corner, I'm just like we're going to concede a goal. Like, and it's just happened in so many games. Like it happened in the Palace game. Did we concede a corner? Yeah, Maguire scored the winner from a corner, right?
Yeah.
Against us. Happened against Forest. And it's just like we might play well for patches, but we haven't actually played well for 90 minutes like consecutively. Against Forest, like first 30 minutes, like we were really good, like pressuring on them, plenty of shots. They did what a lot of Sean Dyche teams do, which is kind of like just like pack the box and get a lot of block shots in, which is obviously like a valid tactic. And then they just go up the other end, and it's just like it was like from a long ball, and then for some reason Kanate somehow concedes a corner, and then they score, and our heads really drop. So confidence is really, really low at the moment. You can see obviously like the attacking open play stuff isn't as good as it was last year, but like that's a little bit of a positive. And disrupting opposition build up is I think probably attributed to the fact that teams realize that they're just not going to build up; they're just going to kind of kick along against us, which is just kind of like seems to be working. But overall, I think under Slot we've been a very kind of moments team. Like we haven't necessarily been like a all-conquering force, like and I highly doubt we'll be anything like Klopp's best teams anytime soon. But yeah, it's just been kind of like very kind of like moments based. And in the last kind of like couple of months, it just kind of like those moments have just all kind of like gone against us. Like Forest didn't really have like an abundance of chances against us, but it's just like as soon as they got it forward, like we just look really kind of shaky. I mean, the second goal, like 30-40 seconds into the second half, like we could have cleared the ball or won any of those challenges like 3 or 4 times.
Is this Murillo's goal?
No, this is Savino.
Oh yeah, Savona. Yeah, Savona.
Sorry for not getting his name correct. But yeah, it was just like a lot of build up. There was a ricochet in the box as well. It kind of falls to him, and then he kind of puts it in. Like it's just like last season, like that opportunity just would not even be kind of remembered because we would just got to tackle in somewhere and just kind of cleared the ball. So like those are the kind of situations, and like obviously like we're not anywhere near as potent as we are in putting the ball in the back of the net. And yeah, like Slot's made some kind of just like weird decisions in that regard. Like why is he really trying to get Isak onto the pitch when Ekatike has been one of our best players? I know we have issues at right back. But like just because Szoboszlai can play there doesn't mean he should play there. He's been our best player this season. Play him in the position where he can be most effective and see most of the ball. So yeah, there's just been some quite odd decisions, and I think Slot, like last season he was really, really good at kind of like halftime interventions and really kind of like sure, like it's a new team, they don't quite understand his tactics, but like okay, lads, cool, like we've tried to do this, we're going to make these small tweaks and we're going to dominate the second half, and we saw that quite a lot last season. This year I haven't seen it once. Like we've gotten probably worse in the second half as opposed to getting better. So it'll be kind of like interesting to see how it unfolds. I'm not as kind of like down as probably most Liverpool fans are because I can see kind of like light at the end of the tunnel. Like again, I'm just super optimistic. Like just too much talent for it not to work. It's just whether it works before Slot loses his job because at this point in time, that's kind of like where it's kind of trending. And I'm not particularly sure who said this, but someone was just like, as a Premier League manager, you've got 4 matches. Like if you get 4 bad results, like you're in trouble. And we've lost 6 out of our last 7 games. It's odd that we're not even getting draws though. Like, it's like, like the complete regression from like winning to losing quite a lot is really odd. So, and Salah's output obviously has a lot to do with that as well. Like it's like he's just not kind of putting away the chances that he definitely would have put away last season. So yeah, there's a lot going on. We have had to deal with a lot of change. You know, a lot of it was kind of like change that we decided to put on ourselves, like, you know, like selling all these players, you know, whatever it is, buying all these new players, obviously, as well. Some change which was kind of like against our will, like, you know, Diaz to some degree, like he wanted to leave. We got a good price for him, so there's maybe a bit of both. But like the Trent situation, obviously, as we've spoken about at length, is like just an irreplaceable player, and that's just affected so many things. Like, you know, he was such a good outlet for Salah, especially as soon as we would defend. Like, just kind of like it's like very much like quarterback kind of situation. And obviously, like, you know, unforeseen, like tragic kind of circumstances that we've had to deal with Diogo Jota, and how much, you know, we can't keep using that as an excuse. Like, sure, it is affecting the players, and I get it wrong, and like that. The Eddie Robertson thing after Scotland kind of got through was really, really kind of nice to see, like that, you know, he's still kind of thinking about that, but like I'm reluctant to say that that's the sole reason why things are going wrong. Like, there are definitely players that are underperforming, and players that could kind of like, you know, give us more. That Isak for sure. Even the midfielders, like McAllister hasn't been like, you know, his regular self, I would say. And Gravenberch as well. Like, he started really brightly. But like in terms of like shielding the back four, it's not necessarily what he's great at doing. I think essentially or eventually we will sign someone who will kind of be like a destroyer to kind of like play next to him in some games, or even possibly like kind of replace him for other games to give him a little bit of rest. But yeah, just like kind of like a lot of moving parts at this present time, from a team that was pretty settled to a team now that is like full of chaos.
It kind of reminds me of when Real Madrid went and signed all those Galacticos, and then it didn't work out. And then I was watching Rio did an interview with Sadio Mane. And Sadio Mane was saying how like he had this conversation with Robertson of like, oh, I'll help you in defense and everything. And I think that is what Liverpool had, like even last season with Diaz as well. Like you had this luxury player in Salah who could stay up and he'll win you the game. But now I feel like you have way more luxury players that now the actual hard work in terms of defending, pressing, all of that is not as high as what it was last season, and that leads to because the defense has gotten a bit more attacking, probably because like you wouldn't say Robertson is as attacking at this age compared to what Kirkes is right now, because he would have been a bit more of a like a laid back defender compared to when he was in his prime, where he was then way more attacking. You could say Trent obviously was the more attacking option, but I think this season, obviously, Liverpool haven't had a consistent right back, which has been an issue because they obviously signed Frimpong to be the replacement, although I don't think he's also necessarily a right back in the true sense. But he's also not been available. Bradley has picked up injuries here and there. So they haven't really had an option there, and you've had to shoehorn Szoboszlai in there. Now, obviously, there is question marks on that, where you could say to Arsenal, why are you trying to put Szoboszlai there? Why not just play like Gomez or something who is available? It might not be the best case scenario, but at least you fix your midfield first. That will stop exposing then your defense that hasn't been as great this season, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like it's. I mean, the role of a football manager is really as simple as putting your best players in the positions where they could be most effective. And like Slot's just made some odd decisions that kind of hasn't done that, you know, for a long period of time. You could probably say for the entire season, we just kind of got away with it a few times at the beginning of the season, and just kind of our luck's kind of run out. So I think like expected points wise, I think we're bang on exactly where we should be. Like we're exactly expected to get 18 points, and we are on 18 points as well. So yeah, it's a little bit baffling to see, like, especially, you know, with the amount of quality that we have. Like even like, you know, going into the game against Forest, like I was just kind of like looking at our team, looking at their team, like, and obviously football isn't played on paper, but you're like you feel like our team should have enough to overcome these players. Like obviously, like, you know, Anderson, Gibbs White, all these guys, incredible. Murillo as well. Like he's such a good player, and he's only like 22 or 23 or something like that.
Young.
Like yeah, it's like just so incredibly strong.
Destined for a big club.
Yeah. It's just he's just so incredibly strong. But yeah, like outside of those guys, like we like they are a team that are are greater than the sum of their parts, and right now we are a team that are lesser than the sum of our parts.
I think what hey Ryan, what you said about like I actually think Liverpool still have as many hard workers off the ball, especially
They do, but I feel like they're not playing those hard workers. Like as in like they're not playing them in the it's a combination, right, of things. Like when you put Szoboszlai, Gravenberg, and McAllister together, they work better than when it's just two of them out of the three, and when Szoboszlai has to like cover for right back, and even like when they start together, at points Szoboszlai just has to go to right back because Bradley's either not playing too well, and then that disjoints things again. So you're just having chaos and like there's no.
I actually think my theory is that I think Trent gave them a lot of reliable ball progression with his passing that did not require him to commit forward. Like he didn't give you progression through carrying the ball forward. He gave it through really good passing.
Who is this, Trent or
Trent? Yeah. So then they easily had a way to progress without taking as much risk.
Yeah.
Whereas now to progress, like all the midfielders have to push forward. And then when defend, they all have to come back. So everyone's just covering way more ground. Like the CBs are being more exposed.
But the thing is, now they don't. The defending part is where they don't do as much because, like, you had Diaz as well, right? Last time, who was a really good outlet, but also a good defensive, like, come and support in defense as well. Whereas now you have Ekitike, you have Wirtz. None of them are really.
There is an excellent stat. I cannot remember what it's called. I think it's like time under pressure or something, but it's like it shows you how many times an unset defense is getting run at. And like I whatever that I would guarantee it's like 5 times worse for Liverpool this season. Because every time you watch, they're constantly Van Dijk is scrambling to get back into place, and like Konate as well. Like didn't have as much of that last season. Yeah.
Agree. And I think Gravenberg again is being exposed a little bit as well in terms of because he's not the most reliable passer after a dribble. Like very, very good obviously at carrying the ball forward. And kind of like beating a man through just like sticking a leg out and kind of getting past him that way. But like often gives the ball away after that. Like we just like kind of like a simple pass. And maybe he feels like he has to take a little bit more risk because we don't have that creative force in Trent anymore. But yeah, it's just kind of like a lot of underperformance this season compared to last season for sure.
Yep. There's a comment from Fluorite. They should focus on getting Guehi instead of pandering to Isak. Probably should have, to be honest, but now it's obviously too late because now Guehi, I don't think he'll join in Jan. I think he'll probably wait till the end of the season and see what's fully available for him as a free agent. And then a cheeky comment from Freddie of like they should buy the Bayern Munich left winger. He's really good.
been really great.
I mean, we'll see. Now, obviously, the reason we were talking about Liverpool as well is not only are they obviously big team and you want like there's a lot of conversation about them, but because they are FPL relevant as well. Now they've got West Ham, Sunderland, and Leeds. 3 really good fixtures, followed by even you could say Brighton, Spurs, Wolves, Leeds, Fulham again. Like they got a huge set of fixtures that are really good. So people are actually looking at Liverpool players. Now, a lot have gone Van Dijk purely down to the fact that he's probably the only player they can kind of like rely on in terms of minutes, especially during Christmas schedule. You want to get as reliable minutes as possible. Now, people would love to go for an attacker, but picking an attacker right now is probably incredibly hard. Some went Szoboszlai, but then he went and played at right back, so it kind of turns people off. Gakpo has the numbers and the data actually to back it up, but there is always like the words like TK could play those sort of positions issue. So like who would you go for, or should you even go for a Liverpool player?
It's only I think the previous chart shows you that the attack is still good, right?
Yes.
It does.
Yeah, like we're definitely creating, but it's like good in like terms of creating chances, not great in terms of finishing.
So good.
So
Yeah, but in terms of he's an FPL pick, I think it's just Salah and Szoboszlai.
So I was like, me and you have discussed this as well. Like in terms of like,
Yeah.
it'd be a good point of difference, right? To have Soboslai, but like,
It's-
what's his
it's
output
it's
really?
Because he's 6.5.
Yeah,
He's not that expensive. When he
will
plays
play every game.
10 spot, he probably has a return 1 in 3 games. He gets a lot of DEFCON. So
Yeah.
he often
That's when he
gets
moves to
an
right
extra
back.
2 points. Yeah, but he often moves to right back within the same game. So, and like, yeah, so yeah, I think it's not bad. I think it's high floor.
Yeah, valid.
But those are the only 2 picks.
Yeah, the only thing with Salah is
Salah's
obviously
too expensive though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
too
for what
expensive,
he's
so
kind of
it's
putting out
not
right now.
worth the money. That's the only
Yeah.
reason. And AFCON coming
Yeah.
soon as well.
I mean, he's relevant as to people who are free hitting.
Oh yeah. For anyone free hitting this week, potentially you take a punt because it's West Ham. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
Now Liverpool defense, would you go? Because obviously people went for Liverpool defense because
I feel like a genius because I got Richards instead of Van Dijk, and I was like tossing it up. I was tossing it up till the last like 10 minutes, and I'm so happy I didn't get Van Dijk.
Well, yeah, you called me about this, and we had like a nice little chat.
Yeah, we chatted about it.
And I was just like, don't trust our defense, man. Like we've just been leaking goals.
Actually,
How many goals have we conceded? Like we've conceded probably more goals than we did all of last season already.
yeah. So this kind of stuff
that
because
true?
Gabriel was injured, so a lot of people were looking for a defensive replacement and went Van Dijk because of the fixtures more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, Van Dijk was a very meta play.
A bit
So
of a shame.
the verdict is don't go for Liverpool defense, but Szoboszlai might not be a bad option.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the fixtures then. Anything else to add, Aaron? Or
Well, no, I just want to say only 4 teams have conceded more goals than us, and they're the bottom 4 teams.
Oh.
So there.
Yep. And this week you play West Ham, who also would love to go long.
Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Oh, West Ham not bottom. Wolves are bottom. Okay, right.
No.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the fixtures. We'll start off with Sunderland versus Bournemouth. Obviously, Sunderland not the best of results last week. Obviously, Bournemouth love to play basketball. However, will Semenyo be back? We don't know. We kind of have to wait and see in terms of that. It's expected for Bournemouth to potentially win this game. Well, how do you guys see the game going?
Yeah. I mean, I'd back Bournemouth to win. Sunderland obviously been a surprise packet this year, but yeah, Karan, you were saying like, yeah, they're probably going to drop off eventually and kind of find that kind of like nice little nestling spot in mid-table. But yeah, obviously been super impressed by them. But like, how can have they really played a game this season where they've been expected to run up and down quite a lot in a basketball game? So we'll see how they can handle that.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't think this would be. I think they'll just sit back and defend, and whenever possible, they'll potentially counter Sunderland. So I don't know. This might not be necessarily as basketball as much as possible, but like we've lost Karan, so the 2 of us will just continue, but we'll move over. So the only thing I'll add with this is I've got Petrovic, and I've been very disappointed with Petrovic. So I'm looking for a goalkeeper replacement, and we'll get to some of the other teams as well in terms of fixtures because right now, we lost the camera as well. As things stand, Bournemouth have West Ham. Bournemouth have Sunderland, Everton, Chelsea, United, Burnley. Again, Brentford, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
Right.
How many clean sheets do we kind of like really realistically expect?
Well, isn't like, are they a clean sheet team? Like, are they usually not on the end of conceding as well? Like, yeah, to be fair, like they've got a -1 goal difference.
Yeah.
They've conceded 20 goals as well, as much as we have. So they've conceded the most goals in the top 10 by some distance, by 4 goals. I mean, Brighton have conceded 16 goals. So yeah, like I just wouldn't back them to keep many clean sheets, especially if you're treating the game like a basketball game, and you're going to be conceding more shots, right? Which is like, and obviously, like if you're playing for the save points from your goalkeeper, that's possibly a good thing. But how many saves? What's Petrovic's save percentage, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't really move the needle, right? Like so, yeah. I mean, like realistically, like which other keepers would you be looking at?
Newcastle's Pope, potentially, because I was looking at Newcastle. Now, obviously, they've had pretty bad record away from home. Again, in the Champions League, they lost today away from home. But if you look at the teams, they got Everton, Spurs, Burnley. So in the next 3, at least 2 home games, which is very positive, especially against Spurs, who are struggling to attack, and Burnley, who are pretty poor as well. After that, they got Sunderland, Chelsea, United, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. So I kind of feel like it might be slightly better. Like if I was to sort this by a ticker for like the next 10 game weeks, Newcastle go to the top because they have the 10 best fixtures.
Yeah. No, for sure as well. And I probably rate Pope more as a keeper.
Yeah.
Even in a fantasy sense, than Petrovic. Sorry. Yeah, but like obviously that away form is just a little bit concerning.
Yeah, it is. That's the only problem. But interestingly, they've like for the season so far, they're the 3rd best defense.
In terms of XG against?
Yeah, in terms of XG against.
Right. Okay. So like, yeah, are the defenders kind of underperforming, or are the teams they're versing just scoring worldies?
Yeah, that's the question. So I'm not really sure. What see, but yeah, Karan, we were talking about Bournemouth versus Bournemouth versus Sunderland, and we touched on goalkeeper.
Yeah, sorry, my laptop died. What did you touch on? What did you guys think?
I was looking for a goalkeeper, so we touched on like getting rid of Petrovic and potentially even having like Nick Pope as an alternative.
Yeah, I just don't think the keeper transfer is worth it.
You say that every week.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's what that's what the analysis always shows. Like, unless you have like 3-4 transfers, right? I just don't think it.
Yeah, we'll see when we get to the team, but I would love to make one this week, ideally. But yeah, anything to add on the Sunderland Bournemouth game? Otherwise, we'll move.
Bournemouth away games, they're happy to go toe to toe, especially. So this could be high scoring both ways. Yeah.
And apparently Semenyo trained yesterday as well, so he should potentially be available from the looks of it.
Yeah.
All right. Move over. Man City versus Leeds. Now, there's a lot riding in this game in terms of a lot of people will be either free hitting or triple captaining Haaland, or free hitting triple City in as well, potentially. Haaland has this like 100 goals record that he's chasing as well that could probably come in this game, playing against his dad's old club. Right, every narrative you can write, it's available in this game.
The city he was born in as well. He was born in Leeds, right?
Every narrative you can write is available.
Yeah.
Leeds are struggling. They're worse away from home than they are at home.
Right. I mean, 8% clean sheet percentages is probably the lowest I've seen.
Yeah. On top of this, obviously we're not going to touch about Leeds because they're not that great. O'Reilly has been playing well, and obviously was rested in the Champions League, but obviously they played a bad team selection according to Pep, so he had to come on at halftime for Ed Nouri. City defense, they don't necessarily look like that great. I think it's probably Donnarumma causing problems himself in terms of some of his passing from out of the back as well. Hasn't been that great this season. But do we think like City, because if we look at City's next fixtures, they got Leeds this week, then Fulham, Sunderland, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Forest, Sunderland again, and Chelsea. It's not too bad from a defensive perspective.
Yeah, I think City defense is a bit underrated. I think you have to go for the options that are nailed. Like I think O'Reilly, like he's probably in the next 3 games before Aït-Nouri goes, like he could lose a game.
Yeah,
even though Aït-Nouri did not look that good, he could easily lose a game. I think on the right side, Matheus Nunes is a lot safer. I think Kuzanov started right back today, so in theory he could lose a game too. But I think Kuzanov is much further away from challenging than Aït-Nouri. But yeah, I think Ederson and Diaz are good picks. Diaz is nailed. Yeah, he's absolutely nailed.
Yeah. Diaz, Diaz is captain, right?
No, Bernardo Silva is captain.
Oh, right.
Diaz was captain. Yeah,
he was captain.
Yeah, okay, that's weird. Wait, so is Matheus Nunes listed as a midfielder or as a defender?
He's a defender. Yeah.
Oh.
He's a 5.3 defender.
Right.
O'Reilly's cheaper though. That's the reason I think, and he's also a bit more attacking.
He's quite a bit more attacking.
Yeah.
But I mean, Nunes is reasonably attacking. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he started off as a number 10 at Wolves, or like a wide forward at
No.
Wolves?
Number 8.
Number 8. More
Number 8?
midfielder,
Okay,
central
right, sure.
midfielder.
Yeah.
It was not good enough
Yeah.
to play central midfield in Pep's team, so they
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I think Pep famously said. This is like, I just want a team full of central midfielders, and I'll just like kind of shunt them into other
Yeah.
positions where they need to be.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think there is chances that O'Reilly could miss like a game here and there. Even when Entry like is gone for AFCON, there's still Guardiola who can play like that left back spot as well if needed.
Yeah, they've got so many defenders. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, they could just-
Guardiola is a centre back. He's back to being a centre back now, I think.
as he was in, he will play at centre back for Man City.
He's playing for centre. He's playing centre
I
back for
think
Man
so.
City right now.
Yeah.
As in Diaz and Guardiola.
Yes.
Is John
Yeah.
Stones dead?
John
I think he's injured.
Stones.
Oh, not available as much.
He played today.
Did he?
He played today against Leverkusen.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's-
John Stones is
Yeah,
part
he
of
did.
the second choice team.
Yeah.
Stones and RK is the second choice pairing. The first choice pairing is Guardiola and
Yeah.
Diaz.
Guardiola. Okay. All right.
Yeah. That's what I think. I mean, this could change. Like, yeah, I think Kuzanov is looked at as the long-term right back replacement because he's the only one that has the pace and physicality of Kyle
Just like,
Walker.
yeah, it's very fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Okay, we'll see. So, but like, yeah, City defense is up there. Now, obviously, we had Doku on the thumbnail. He's been playing really well. Now, obviously, one thing
But
that
he's so inconsistent with his output.
that is the main issue with Doku. Yes.
Yeah.
His inconsistency. However, if you're looking for a 1 week punt, it's not too bad, I'd say.
Foden
Yeah.
is a better punt. Right?
Yeah.
Foden.
I think Foden is a better punt. Yeah.
Who's leads as right back?
Let me find that out.
That's
Jadon
like,
Purdue?
matchup wise, right? Like,
No, Foden will play left 8, I think.
Yeah. Foden
So
will play in
Foden
the
plays pretty
midfield.
deep now. He plays left 8 and Bernardo plays right 8. But then he's always in the box pretty late.
Like a second
lads,
striker.
the call's about to end, by the way.
Oh shit.
Oh, the stream's about to end. Oh, rip. All right, hold on, guys. Let me get this guy's a new stream. Lol. Sorry, guys.
Hey, well, the
I
other football Chatbox, other football FPL podcasts don't have the jeopardy like we do. All right, we keep on your toes. When will we out of free time on our
See,
video?
this is the good time for me to plug. This is why you guys should like and subscribe. And if you would love to support the channel, there is super chats available and memberships as well. It will help me to keep the streams up.
Help
Yeah.
us get a Google Meets membership so we don't run out of time anymore.
Because right now I'm on the free version.
If it wasn't already abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So do like and subscribe. But yeah, Foden is playing like that midfield role. He comes like as a second striker at one point, to be honest. And then you have like Doku on the left and Cherki on the right at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
It's
But
it's very much like a 4-3-2-1. Like the wingers are inside. Like the wingers are like wide pens.
The Christmas tree formation.
Yeah. Yes. Kind of. Yeah.
Yep.
And I just like it's just not anywhere near as dominant as any Pep side in the past. And I just think Arsenal walks the title. Like this is not a controversial opinion, but I think it's very obviously gonna happen.
No, there's no way that like Arsenal aren't like heavy favorites right now. It would take a like colossal bottle for them not to win the league right now.
Like betting sites are paying 1.4, which is crazy for this part of the season.
One as in $1.40 or
they're paying $1.40. So
wow, yeah,
already
amazing.
1/3
That is
to the season.
Yeah, but and again, like Arsenal's floor is just so high as well. Like and like in order for them to like fully collapse, like at this point, it just doesn't seem likely. So yeah, you know what? I'll be happy for Ian Wright though. He's a good lad.
Only for him, not for anyone else.
Only for him.
No, not too many other like a lot of my Arsenal friends are absolute bastards. Like massively chirpy without even winning. So what are they going to be like when they have
Yeah.
actually won something? So interesting.
Fair enough. Freddie does say Foden has only had 2 returns this season, so. But yeah, it's a 1 week punt.
in the Newcastle game, Foden missed the post by this much.
Yeah.
Missed the post, not even missed the target.
Yeah, that's it. I realized how that sounded.
Clutching at straws,
No, but it was a great chance. Like
I do agree. Yeah, but like it's a 1 week punt. You pick your City midfielder of choice and go with it. I guess. But
I think this this Villa will probably be interesting on free hit.
Okay, let's go. We'll skip Spurs Fulham because we've already touched on Spurs. So nothing more to add to that. Fulham as well, you're not looking at them as an option. However, Villa, now, Morgan Rogers, 2 good goals. Unai Emery loves him, will play him until he's like crippled and walking. Like, basically, will play him as much as possible compared to any other Villa player. Having said that, their defense is not too bad, not great. I did think when Leeds played the first 40 minutes, I thought Leeds were the better team in the last game. And then Villa just took over. Like, Leeds decided to sit back, and I don't think it's like kind of fit their profile. Matty Cash is probably the only reliable Aston Villa defender if you were to pick one. And if you wanted a goalkeeper, maybe Martinez.
Yeah, what about Konsa?
You could go Konsa, but he's not going to get you DEFCON. At least Matty Cash will get you an attack in return.
Yeah, sure, that's valid.
Ash has such little attacking threat.
He came close. He comes close, right? That's the thing. His ceiling, I would say, is higher than Konsa's at the moment.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think Rogers is the only pick.
Yeah.
I'm not even interested in Watkins.
No, I think
but on free hit, I would take Rogers, maybe Martinez, and maybe Cash. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I mean, Wolves, just to give them a little bit of a spotlight, like, I could probably recognize one of their players, and that's Strand Larsen. Like, who are these guys? They're just like chopped and changed so much.
It's just the Jorge Mendes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the talent mill. Yeah,
the clientele.
The
latest clientele that he's picked up from Portugal.
It's so bad, this Wolves team, sadly. It's like even they do out XG a lot of the teams sometimes, but they just can't finish.
I mean, they've got Rob Edwards now as a manager.
Yeah,
but notoriously one of the most handsome men in football. But will good looks transpire into good results?
We'll have to wait and see, but I do think they're going down. To be fair,
like, that's not the hottest take you've ever had in your life, right? If I'm honest with you,
this is the most guaranteed relegation we've ever seen.
They're going down. So until like Rob Edwards makes them like a little bit more defensively solid, I think you just like continue to target them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 5 L's in a row. They beat Everton in the EFL Cup, but that's it.
Yeah.
So in the league, it's 8 L's in a row. Apologies. Oh no, sorry, they got a draw with Brighton in between there, but that's it.
So
1 point from their last 9 games.
That's it.
Can we move to West Ham Liverpool?
Yeah. So there was a question earlier from K7 on should we sell Virgil van Dijk? Probably not. If you have him now, you just keep him.
I thought you meant from a Liverpool perspective. Should we sell Virgil?
Oh no. From
the answer is no.
Ayon was about to.
The answer is no, sir.
Should we sell our only good defender?
Is he your only good defender? I don't know.
Yeah,
I really rate Joe Gomez. I don't know why he's not getting time. It's a little bit shocking to me. But
yeah. However, West Ham. I read somewhere. I think Callum Wilson was probably the only striker so far, I think, to have scored 2 goals and not have had completed a pass.
Wow.
I think that stat is correct.
Happy to see Callum Wilson getting some goals.
Yeah. He did his ACL, didn't he?
Good bloke. Feels like he's been 28 for like 15 years.
He's actually like 34 or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, right. I mean, he's got one of those faces where it's just like when he's looked like that just for like 15 years. Yeah, like he looked like that when he was 16. He looked like that when he's 60.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably the only attacking threat they're going to have. I mean, they have Jared Bowen as well. This could actually be a
Yeah.
very tricky game for Liverpool. You never know. Because
I mean, look, the way that we're playing at the moment.
yeah,
Every game is tricky.
Yeah.
There's no.
Paqueta is
Like
back as well.
I'm sure Nuno has like tightened them up quite a bit, but
Yeah.
like look at the XG chart versus Bournemouth. They had like a sniff at goal for both chances.
Yeah.
Like
There's a tweet that came up. It's just like, your team might be in crisis and you think it's all clicking, but you've just played West Ham.
yeah.
And to be honest, I will take that at this point in time.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so
even
let's go through. Let's pick top 3 players for free hit. Ryan.
From Liverpool.
What's yours?
From Liverpool, I would have Van Dijk for set piece because I do think West Ham are pretty poor at corners. If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken,
really
There's
bad
a
at
stat.
set pieces.
Yeah.
I consider the most, I think. Yeah.
I would have Szoboszlai as well because of that, because then he'll be the one taking the
Yeah.
set pieces. And that's probably all I would have. I wouldn't. Oh, actually, I would go Salah because it's a free hit because you can afford to go Salah with the budget. That will just purely be a punt reason because if I was to think of other forwards or like other players you could get this week, I think it's probably worth getting Salah in. But that's it. Don't expect much from Salah, though, I would say.
Yeah, I get Salah and Szoboszlai, I think, on free hit.
Yeah, like as a differential for your free hit compared to the people who won't be free hitting, I'll get Salah in. But yeah, those are my 3.
Okay. And the next game, what are your 3 from Brentford?
All right.
Burnley, because this is another important.
So this
free
is a
hit
more
game.
interesting one. So Brentford, Thiago has to be in there.
Yep.
I think Brentford have scored around 40% of their XG share from pens and set pieces, whether that's throw-ins or like free kicks, or like a significant portion of their goals are come from that.
Thiago is a budget Ivan Toney.
Yes.
Like this guy is a great focal point. I watched him a little bit, and I'm like, wow, he actually just wins everything in the air. Like this would he could play at a bigger team because I think all the bigger teams that's the sort of meta, right? Everyone's looking for like a big hold-up striker.
I think he's probably a really good option to buy, to be honest. Whether that's on a free hit or not on a free hit as well, I think there are a lot of people on a wildcard as well this week. I would probably have him in your team because Brentford's next set of fixtures, I would say pretty decent. They've got so Arsenal tough, yes, fair enough. But then after that, you got Spurs, Leeds, Wolves, Bournemouth, Spurs again, and then Everton. Like the Spurs, Leeds, Wolves is from an attacking point of view, I would say that's pretty good.
All home games are good for Brentford, in my opinion. And then it's Wolves. So
yeah, I think it's definitely worth considering him. Now, from a free hit perspective, you probably want another Brentford attack as well to target Burnley.
Yeah. I think it's Schade.
I also think it's Schade because I think like he just like he's like a more 90-minute player, will probably get into spaces. Dango has been fine, but he gets subbed early. He tends to get subbed early.
Yeah, it's really weird that Dango is maybe not full fitness because I swear he got 90 minutes every week for
Bournemouth. Yeah.
Yeah, he never ever got subbed.
So he's getting subbed early here. So I probably wouldn't go there. If you wanted a defender, Coyote is a very attacking fullback, but he's also the one who's taking the long throws as well.
Yeah.
All of his XA is from throw-ins.
From the throws.
Oh, Coyotes.
Yeah.
Okay,
You get assists from throw-ins.
Like when he's pretty high on XA, but all of it is throw-ins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I haven't actually had much to contribute. I'm just thinking FPL name-wise, there are a couple of good things there. Dango Unchained.
Yeah.
That was a classic.
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, that's a good one actually.
Yeah.
And the final one, you have Kelleher, former Liverpool player, in goal.
Oh yeah, he's great. I love Kelleher.
I mean, if you're looking for, if you don't want to go Martinez in goal,
Kelleher, I barely knew her.
Kelleher, I barely know her. Yeah. Right.
Fair enough.
Next.
All right, so that's it. Burnley, obviously, we're not going for anyone. So yeah, it is what it is.
Is what it is.
Everton, you have anyone from this on your free hit? Everton, Newcastle?
Now here's the
Really?
thing. Now I wanted to look again. I was talking about Nick Pope as a goalkeeper purely because
Mm.
I think they are. If you saw it, Newcastle at the top. The Newcastle for the next 10 game weeks are at the top of the ticker.
Mm.
So that's why I was looking at Newcastle as an option. Everton now on a free hit, I probably wouldn't go any of these players at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it. For those of you who don't play the free hit and have a Michael Keane, I'll play him because he probably will get DEFCON. In terms of clean sheet, I don't know. Maybe set pieces, he might get something if you're lucky.
Have you seen that stat where Newcastle has they have not scored in 4 out of 6 away games?
Yeah, they're struggling away from home. However, they scored
Yeah,
tonight or yesterday night, but they're struggling generally.
against Marseille or something, right?
Yeah, it's not great.
Harvey Barnes.
Yeah. But they're struggling, yes. So, and Everton defense, we've seen already, even again with 10 men, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'll probably start an Everton defender. The question is, for those who have like a Idrissa Gana Gueye, would you start Idrissa Gana Gueye in this game?
Well, is he not suspended?
Sorry. Not Idrissa Gana Gueye. Iliman Endai.
Oh yeah, I was like, who the hell? I was like, who the hell has Idrissa Gueye in FPL?
Yeah, sorry. Iliman Endai.
Nobody has. Yeah. India. Yeah, I would play India. Yeah, it's a home game. They're gonna play as many minutes as Team Out possible before he goes to AFCON.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd play him.
Where's he from?
Where is India from?
Nigeria? I don't know.
Nice.
Is he Cameroonian?
Is Cameroon? No.
Oh, plays with Mbeumo.
Senegal.
Oh, yeah, Senegal
yeah.
are a really stacked team.
Yeah.
We should do an AFCON watch along. That'll be fun.
Yeah, sure.
Finding a stream is the only issue, but yeah.
Oh, true. No one actually shows it.
But yeah, Senegal. So yeah, I mean, FPL wise, free hit wise, you probably wouldn't. Wildcard wise, I do still think there's like a potential for Pope just because of the top of the ticket. Would you look at any of the Newcastle like midfielders? Because like obviously Bruno Guimaraes getting a goal here and there, would he be a consideration potentially?
I like Barnes as a pick a lot. I think we've talked about this before, but like you have Voltemade, this like big facilitating striker. He like connects all the wingers around him, brings people into the box, and then Newcastle just don't have wingers that have goal scoring instincts. I don't think Gordon counts. I don't think Elanga counts.
Oh yeah.
And Barnes is the only one they have that can do that. So I think Barnes needs to play. Like I don't know what happens to Gordon, but I think Barnes absolutely needs to play on the left. So I think Barnes' minutes are good for the short and medium term. So yeah, I like Barnes as a pick a lot.
Fair enough. That's probably else. I mean, Jacob Murphy will play because of his ability to cross, but I don't think anything else.
Like I think, like you said, Pope is a good pick. Probably like Malik Tao is probably a decent pick.
Defensive wise, but yeah, that's it.
Yep.
All right, Crystal
Just
Palace.
your point, Karan. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, just one more thing. Yeah, Barnes has 4 goals in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's red hot.
Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. This will be a very interesting game. I do expect Palace to win this game because I think they are the better coached back 3 team. Ismail Sarr has been trolling everyone in terms of ownership like he does as usual. I can't wait to get rid of him when he goes to AFCON, but until then, at least this, from a game perspective, it probably suits him.
Let's think about it. I think we all play very conservatively.
United?
I think that's a given. Like I think it'll be more of a back 5 than a back 3, which seems to be the only 2 like modes that he has. So then, yeah, I think FPL wise, the space will be in front of the defense. So yeah, it'll be Sarr and Pino. I think Pino is probably a decent pick.
Yeah, he's been on really good form. Jeremy Pino.
Yeah. So yeah, those are probably the picks. I think Mateta will be too occupied.
Back three as well. Makes it more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you also have the likes of Daniel Munoz, who's insanely attacking, probably one of the best right backs in the league, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Dogo's fine defensively. I just
Hmm.
think we offered no attack.
Probably might not
on the
even
wings.
start, to be fair.
I genuinely think like these numbers are so generous towards United because we look so bad without Sesko. I don't know if Cunha. I don't know if Cunha will be back. That might make it a little bit better. But our attack just like collapses on itself with Xerxes playing, and then we will always get countered. So
Mm.
to me, this is like I would have at least 2 Palace players on my free hit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by these numbers. Basically,
So
I
you
think
probably
these
expect
numbers
like Palace's numbers to be higher.
like I would have thought this is like a like a 1.8 Palace.
Maybe higher clean sheet
1.1
percentage as well.
Man U. Yeah, like I don't think the market has adjusted here to Sesko and Cunha's availability.
Hmm.
Like I think we're so much worse. Yeah.
The only thing now, obviously, Freddie has mentioned Palace play in France on Thursday. Now, we've seen Palace after European games struggle a bit more
Yeah.
because of obviously lack of rest and all. But then at the same time, we've seen United not fully utilize the given availability in terms of days compared to some of their opponents as well. So I don't think that'll be too much of a benefit to United personally.
We're just terrible away from home. Like
Yeah.
this is like a 3-0 Palace. Right?
Ayon, thoughts from the
I
not
mean,
as
yeah,
much
you
neutral
guys know better than me, but yeah, I'm fairly sure you've said it all. Like, Palace running as hot as I think Palace could possibly run. There was something ironic. It's like Crystal Palace basically derailed Liverpool season by not signing Gay here, started this terrible run, and we've done our best to kind of take our revenge by doing what they do, and currently we're 12th. So that's like our kind of revenge on that. So like I can, to your point, Brian, like can see Wharton having a good time in this game by Palace just like kind of sitting back a little bit and just kind of like sucking Bruno forward and then exploiting the space behind him. Will you guys hold on to any semblance of a score before Casemiro gets subbed off? Who knows? But it's probably curtains after that, I would say. So if you guys do score one, I probably wouldn't be surprised by that, but I can see them scoring a couple. So at least.
Yeah, this is like a 3-1, like 2-0.
Yeah. Like, in the balance, but maybe at halftime, and then Casemiro goes off, and then
shit hits the fan, and yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yep. All right, Forest versus Brighton. Danny Welbeck has been on really good form. Talk about looking at former United strikers that could do a job right now at United. Forest have actually turned a bit the Sean Dyche effect in terms of getting his team set up. Minte also getting some decent returns in the last couple of weeks. Should be an interesting watch. The only thing is Brighton usually are a very unexpected team. You never know what you're fully going to get from them at times.
Yeah. I mean, their record over the last 240 games is 81 wins, 80 draws, and 80 losses. So, literally a mixed bag from them. But, yeah, I mean, Forest, as in, like, obviously, like, the table is lying a little bit because Forest aren't actually as bad as they should have been because they were just not congruent with their manager, but now they've got a guy that actually kind of speaks their language. I'm sure they would do a lot better. So it's interesting to see if Chris Wood comes back into the frame. I don't know. He didn't really play against us.
I think he was injured, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
That's probably why. But yeah.
Right. Okay. Good. Yeah, but yeah, back Danny Welbeck to score one because he's been great.
I think I agree with Aaron about Forest. I think they're on an upward trajectory. I think both these teams have quite a lot of decent FPL picks, but this is a bad entry point for both teams.
I don't mind Brighton. Earlier in this week, I would have, like a couple game weeks earlier, I would have said Brighton, yes. Now, maybe a bit more, no, because they have Forest, Aston Villa, West Ham, and then Liverpool. So some tough games.
I think Brighton are still great in the long term.
Yeah, in the long term, I think they're still up there for the ticker.
Yeah.
But like the next few are a bit more harder.
Yeah, so I just don't love the entry point.
Yeah.
I'd rather West Ham in a few weeks.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'd rather West Ham in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Or even Villa next week. It's fine.
Midweek fixture though, Villa.
Okay, yeah, then West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forest, on the other hand, I think you can still kind of wait a bit more before going for
I think if you got like Murillo or something, I don't mind, even in this game. The Brighton at home feels like a good like DEFCON matchup, for sure. They'll be playing on the back foot a lot. So,
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Final game. Combe says, I'd be more keen on Brighton if they were at home. Probably, yeah.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
The big one, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Chelsea on some really good form. People are not really adding them in the title conversation. I don't know, it's probably due to squad's inexperience instead. Arsenal obviously on elite form, even with the Gabriel injury, they were still pretty good defensively. It just happened.
I mean, like Spurs just offered nothing, so like
Yeah,
they weren't
that's
really
true.
tested.
However, this won't be the case because Chelsea will go for it. They have seemed to have gotten a bit more resemblance in terms of a structure now. They're playing Garnacho more on the left. You have Pedro Neto on the right as the outlet balls. Estavo, the man is a talent. I don't know at what point he'll become a regular player because he doesn't start regularly enough at the moment, but he's an absolute talent.
What a great goal this morning.
Yeah.
Great
So do we see this as an easier game for Arsenal, or like how's it going to be?
I think this is a tough game.
Yeah, I expect both teams to score. With this one, it's just like matchup wise, like obviously, like narrative, Rice versus Caicedo in midfield or whatever. Do Arsenal kind of have enough in that regard, especially with Enzo in there as well? I'd probably just give him the edge on that. Arsenal away complicates things as well. Like if this is the Emirates, I'd probably predict an Arsenal win, but I can see this game being a draw quite easily.
Yeah,
I think so too. Or very narrow win. I think.
No win either way. Yeah.
I think the key battle for this game is literally going to be Cucurella Saka.
Cucurella seems to step up against bigger players.
Cucurella is an unbelievable 1v1 defender.
Yeah.
Like he was key to that Spain team.
Yeah.
Just through 1v1 defending. So I think Cucurella can actually just lock Saka down.
But Arsenal have like so many weapons.
They have other weapons now.
These as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. The other side.
So I think Merino is still probably going to play up front. That seems to create a lot of chance, create a lot of space for Isaiah and Rice and Trossard. Yeah. So they'll probably go with that approach. Is Trossard a pick? I feel like Trossard is a bit underlooked. He seems to have
there was a stat that he scored like 19 goals against Big Six teams.
Yeah.
Which is more like they framed it as more than Ryan Giggs, which is obviously a very bad comparison because in Giggs' era, 4-4-2, the winger was required to do a lot more defensive work and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
And obviously Giggs himself was not necessarily a goal scorer, like Premier League assist leader, right? So, but that does put Trossard in some good company. So could be a bit of a problem for Chelsea to deal with.
Is Eze a pick going forward? Obviously not this game, because after this Arsenal they get back to like a pretty good set of fixtures again. And those who obviously sold Gabriel or are still looking to sell Gabriel, they'll be looking for another Arsenal defender as well. Now Hincapié obviously debutized instead of Gabriel for now. Would you look at going like a Hincapié as well, because he's a cheaper entry route into Arsenal's defense compared to like a Saliba or a Timber as well? Not for this week, but like
play though.
Who? How much is he going to play?
Hincapié, yeah. How much is he going to
play?
So
Gabriel's back.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, so he's straight up to cover, not anyone else, because he plays on
could play. Mosquera could play.
Yeah.
So I don't think Hincapié is a pick.
Okay.
To answer the question, I just think it'll be too short term, and Mosquera could play. And I think Timber is the obvious pick. Calafiori second. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're expecting a tough game, and then we'll see how it goes. All right.
Just on free hit strategy, one more thing. Just looking at the fixtures. Sorry, can you bring back the expected goals? Yeah. All free hit teams will be targeting these 4 fixtures. So this is a game week where there's only 4 like juicy FPL fixtures, which means every free hit team will converge. Like, I think that's kind of interesting from a strategy point if you're considering free hit 13 versus 16. Because 16 has a lot of
more teams. Yeah.
fixtures, yeah. So you got like more, you probably have, it's probably higher risk reward.
Yeah,
like you have higher chance of getting more rank gain.
Yeah. So in 13, obviously, we are talking about City, Brentford, Liverpool, and Aston Villa.
Yeah.
In 16, you're talking Villa as well, but you have
Arsenal,
Arsenal,
Villa, Brentford again.
Chelsea, potentially.
Chelsea,
and you
Fulham.
also bring in Newcastle potentially as well. Although it's a away fixture compared to a home fixture for Newcastle.
Even Fulham, like Anderson is on the menu.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's way more differentiated picks in 16.
The only thing with 16 is you get the 5 free transfers that week as well.
No, you get on 15, right?
No, you get it on 16, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you free hit, you can't then roll. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's a good question. I think you'll still get your 5 free. It'll roll to the next week. You'll just use 1 on the free hit, I think.
Yeah, but you just missed out on the opportunity to spend 1 transfer and roll
yeah.
Which is always the case with free hit.
Yeah, that's regardless. Anyways, that's the case. I also looked at 15 as a potential week because you have Newcastle against Burnley, United against Wolves, Liverpool against Leeds, Crystal Palace against Crystal Palace against Fulham, maybe if you wanted to, but Brighton against West Ham. So you had a few fixtures like that as well.
Yeah.
Potentially that could be a free hit week. But then again, that is the same scenario 16 where you need to spend all your transfers by 15 as well.
Yeah, I think it is really just 13 or 16 because some of the teams you'll get that have good fixtures have good fixtures. They don't have good fixtures around that. So free hit allows you to skip those. Yeah. So,
talking about free hit, this is potentially a free hit draft. This is the only chip now Karan has left to play. So he's still deciding on when to play it. He hasn't decided, but this is a rough draft that he's made. And I'll read it for those listening on the audio. So he's got Martinez and Dubravka in goal. Probably a 3-5-2 formation.
3-5-2.
3-5-2? Yeah.
So
Munoz,
O'Reilly and Cash in defense. Yeah.
And then your midfield is a heavy midfield 5 of Salah, Foden, Schade, Rogers, and Sa. And you have Haaland and Thiago up front.
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, it's probably like all the players we just touched on.
Yeah.
That's basically what's in here.
Like, I've got all the mid-price midfielders that could get 10 points or 2 points.
Yeah.
like all 4 of these guys could just get 2 points, and I would not even be.
Yeah. I think
all 5 of these guys could get 2 points.
One thing to mention is now, obviously, with the free hit, because it's only like 4 fixtures effectively, you're also backing against some very strong games potentially in terms of Bournemouth could go big potentially against Sunderland. You have Crystal Palace cover. I don't think everyone will have Crystal Palace cover potentially on their free hits necessarily. So you're kind of okay with that. Who else are you backing against?
Maybe even Everton defense. That's
Everton defense. You're also backing against Arsenal defense potentially. Saka. Yeah. You're backing against Chelsea as well, to be honest, because a lot of people have Chelsea as well. So there are players that could do well in this fixture. Yeah. And there's also some Brighton players in some teams as well, here and there. But yeah. So
I think this is the risks of so we know that there's going to be a lot of free hits amongst engaged managers, and they're all going to converge to a team that looks like some version of this. And there are many other teams, like some of the smaller fixtures could go a different way, and
it could backfire. But I mean that's going to happen in regardless of any week when there's no blank game week.
So I think I do kind of prefer 16 for myself. Yeah. because I think I can just play defensive this week and try to get a small red arrow as possible. I think that would be good. Yeah.
All right. So talking about your actual team as now, this is your actual team. Karan is killing it this season. He's second in the channel mini league as well. What rank are you now in the world, Karan?
I'm like 25k. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Really?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. So talk us through it, because you basically gone for what I think is the meta right now, which no one is actually doing. Playing the defenders.
yeah, I mean, Michael Keane, I got lucky that he came on
Yeah.
for Semenyo.
Yeah.
And I got even more lucky because I put Keane first on bench in front of Thiago, right? Which was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Right. And then Thiago missed a pen.
Wow.
So his 13-pointer became a 4-pointer. So then I got even more lucky because and then Michael Keane kept a clean sheet. So that was
Kept a clean sheet, but not a clean face. Got a red mark on that one. Yeah.
But like,
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I went against Haaland captaincy. Haaland missed like 1 XG, and Saka did nothing. So I got lucky there. Right. Yeah, and then I got Richards instead of Van Dijk, which I'm so happy about. But I kind of wish I didn't get Saka. That's my kind of takeaway. I wish instead of getting Richards, I got like maybe Lacroix, like a more expensive defender, and then didn't spend the money on Saka. Because I think now I was trying to plan for the next few game weeks, and having Saka and Bruno means my team has no spare money.
Yeah, you have cash kind of strapped up in those two at the moment. It's not easy.
And I think we'll know after a few more game weeks, but Saka is keeping the width, man. He's just sticking really wide. That's
open play has been quite minimal in terms of like his output, right? Like he's set piece wise, he's doing okay, and sure, Arsenal get heaps of set pieces.
I mean, he's just fully on the touchline, defending and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I think like Declan Rice, value for money, is probably a better Arsenal option at the moment.
He's got like 7 assists and 4 goals.
Declan Rice,
something crazy. Yeah. He's got some crazy stats.
Insane, like, but then he takes every corner on one side, right, of the pitch.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, and they were really good at set pieces as well, Arsenal. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't mind Declan Rice as a cheaper alternative, which I have been looking at as well because I have Arsenal spots available. So yeah, that's Karan's team. Meanwhile, I'm struggling. I've been having 4 bad game weeks, below average this week as well. So I have Petrovic in goal, Guehi, Senesi, and I had Mukiele. In midfield, I had Saka, Endai, and Mbeumo. Mateta, Danny Welbeck, and Haaland up front. On the bench, I have Semenyo. I had Gabriel. I didn't want to switch Gabriel to Van Dijk because I wanted to wait for to see, first of all, who was going to replace Gabriel in Arsenal's defense. And also, I wanted to go for O'Reilly, who had Newcastle that week. So I was willing to wait a week to get like O'Reilly potentially for this week. That's at least my plan. So I'm thinking I have 2 free transfers. I could do Gabriel to O'Reilly, and I was looking to do Petrovic to Pope. Because on paper, I don't really need to change much else. I'll start Semenyo over Endai at this moment.
Okay. I would play Endai.
Over who though? That's the question.
Over who? Yeah.
Like I'd probably start the other attackers, right? Technically.
Mateta versus Man United. Welbeck away, but he's been good.
Oh, he's in good form though. Welbeck.
Yeah, he's been good.
I think you can bench Welbeck.
I did the week before and that worked out. But who are they playing? They're playing Forest, right? It's not necessarily a Forest team that is fully solid.
Forest away.
Yeah.
Forest away, man. Yeah. Just
probably. And Newcastle have been shocking away from home as well, right?
Yep.
Yes. But Endai gets Endai. Oh yeah, both are penalty takers as well. So
yeah.
It's just that he's been
both are pen takers. I just think Newcastle is worse away.
Probably. Both
and I think India also, will play in 90 minutes.
Yeah, and Welbeck is on set of free kicks as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Tough call. But yeah, could be. But then if I'm buying Pope, right, for a goal, I ideally would like to back against Endai as well as 1 point.
There you go. That's valid. No
I
hedging.
really wouldn't spend the transfer on top because it's Sunderland, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I expect Sunderland to score against Bournemouth personally.
yeah. And you have 3 free transfers?
2 free transfers.
Yeah, because I would say 1 because then you'll have 2 next game week.
Yeah, but then who would I? The next game is the midweek fixture, right? That's where I go again. Like, to who to spend it on is the question. Like, Endai will go as one option eventually. Like, he will be the next transfer out.
Yep. I'm just saying, don't do it this game week.
Okay.
Yeah, and then even if you hold all your transfers for the midweek, then you can still spend them all before you get the AFCON 5, right? So at least you can
Yes.
change your
Yeah,
team and then save the 5.
Yeah. I mean, I probably get O'Reilly in this week anyways for Gabriel. And then I can wait one more week and wait till Newcastle get a home fixture and then go for Pope.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. One more week of Petrovic. Here we go.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. All right. I'm going to quickly check if there were any questions. Anything else to add, but though, from the two of you?
Sorry, we didn't do our trivia question.
Oh yes.
So we actually showed the picture at the beginning of the show, but to see if anybody can get it. There were 3 instances. Don't show the picture now, Ryan. What's the point of the trivia question then? Can anyone name the 3 instances where players have been sent off for fighting their own teammates?
Name the players as well. You had a quick peek.
Yeah, name the players. I think that's
name the players. Yeah.
I'm just reading some quick ones. Freddy says Gameweek 14 sell Endai for Rice. Yeah, probably might do that as one of the transfers.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What else? Luckily, Keane didn't retaliate to hit the card again.
Okay, look what Andy said. Don't get Pope unless you have a cover for every time Pope plays away.
Yeah, valid.
True. So I was looking for rotation pairings, and the one that rotated well was Verbruggen with Dubravka. So every time Verbruggen had a harder game, Dubravka had an easier fixture. That's the only rotation I could see. But yeah. But then you have to look at like the fixtures that Pope has away and like you go, okay, maybe they're a bit more easier.
Honestly, like we've all just got Raya's the only good keeper.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like Raya's the only good keeper, and like everyone was like, "Oh, he's too expensive," but now
he's too expensive.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
He
just
gets
gets
you points
6
though.
points.
He get you points, yeah.
The other option is Sanchez, he's kept 3 clean sheets.
It doesn't matter. You average them all out at the end of the season, it's gonna be Raya. So we should have all got Raya. Like absolutely just wasted our time. Yeah.
Oh, we should just go all for Jordan Pickford because this guy just will make saves and
yeah, Jordan Pickford is also good.
It's David Moyes. So
it's Moyes.
Yeah. Combe says Kieran Dyer and Lee Boyer comes to mind.
Yeah.
And Andy says I was at the Newcastle game. I'm not sure whether he was at the Newcastle game the fight happened or he was.
Oh really?
I don't know.
Oh, who's that? Okay, right. Which Newcastle game? That'd be insane if he was at that game. Really classic. No one's gonna get the other one though. The other one's so niche.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't even know what team it is.
Yeah, you've seen the picture. Yeah, it's hard to. But maybe you can tell from the sponsor. Yeah, put the slide up, Ryan. And
all right, I'll put the slide up.
See if people can get it from the slide. Even then, like it's hard. Like maybe you can tell what team it is from the sponsor.
Stoke.
It is Stoke.
Yes. It's Ricardo.
It is Ricardo Fuller. Ryan Shawcross gives it away, I think.
Yep.
Oh right, yeah. No, I know the Britannia sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's it basically for the week. Thank you all for watching. Any final words from us? No.
Nope. That's all.
Regrettably, I have to wake up in 7 hours to watch Liverpool play. But other than that,
what they playing?
PSV. No, we've been okay in the Champions League. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Spurs are playing PSG.
And Arsenal Bayern.
Oh,
Spurs are playing PSG.
Yeah.
Wow, Spurs are gonna get smashed.
Yeah, but Arsenal Bayern should be a really good game. Both
And
teams.
Atletico Inter. A lot of good fixtures.
Mm.
Wow.
Will Arsenal get the same treatment from Bayern, or will it be a different result this time? Although Bayern are undefeated at the moment.
I'm pretty sure Bayern have won every single game.
Yeah, I think so. Even in the
Really?
league, I think they're just on.
No, just like across all competitions.
Oh, that could be the case. Yeah, they're on some insane form.
No, they have one
Yeah.
draw in the Bundesliga.
Oh, so they caught the draw last week.
10 wins
yeah.
and 1 draw.
There you go.
Yeah.
But they're on some insane form. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
very interesting game, that one. All right, thank you all for watching. Enjoy the Champions League football. Would be nice to know how it feels like, but probably we'll have to wait a couple more years for that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you to Karan
Cool.
and Ayon as well. What?
No, that's it. Cool. Thank you all for watching.
Okay, cool. All right, have a good one, everyone, and we'll see you all on Saturday for the deadline stream. But yeah, thank you.
Oh.